Do you know what XYZ means?
No.
PDQ.
Your zipper's down. Examine your zipper.
Oh.
Your labia is about to pop out.
Nice.
Like petals of a rose.
Exactly.
Very felty and soft.
Felty? It's like a horse's nose.
Oh, my word.
Ooh, that is soft.
That is.
Might be a few whiskers on it, but don't mind those.
It's like Dobbin's hooter.
But do you have to hold your hand out flat?
It's like a donkey's. It's like a donkey's nostril.
It flares when excited. We just give it a carrot; it'll calm right down.
Or a piece of sugar held out on an open palm.
That's it.
Hey there! Welcome to Motorcycles and Misfits, coming to you from the Recycle Garage in Santa Cruz, California.
A little bit of sun.
Oh, yeah.
I found the way out of not lying. Hey everyone, this is Liza, and I worked on my KTM this week, and we'll get to that. But modern bikes suck. Yeah, I don't know why everyone's fighting for the right to repair, man. It sucks.
It's a jungle out there.
It sucks. But let's get to who is in the room today. Long-time misfit. First time back in a while. Oh, and now officially taking the seat of exotic number one. It's Henry.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, Henry.
You are exotic number one now, Henry.
Exotic number one?
You are number one.
Why is that?
Because Knock's not here.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Fuck Knock.
That's the spirit. And joining us for the first time, and let's see if he can speak up well enough, it's Neal.
Hey, everybody. Thanks.
Get closer. Try again.
Okay.
Yeah, get right
Snuggle
up in
up
it.
to the microphone. Get
Get right up
in
in
the
it.
face.
Yeah.
You basically have to tongue it.
What? No.
Liza, you're supposed to go along with that.
Well, no, it's no. I can't. On the classy girl couch tonight in her black lace, it's Miss Emma.
Oh, cool, blimey, Gov, you're a caution. Uncha. Hello, darlings.
Oh, and you made me look like an idiot today. Rightfully so.
No, I make myself look like an idiot.
You made me look like an idiot today. Rightfully so. We'll get to that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't intentional, darling.
No, exactly. It was rightfully so.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we'll get to it.
Okay. Because I yelled at you last week, and I think you were quite upset about that.
Oh, that was stupid. You were wrong last week, but this week you were right. Exactly.
It was just seeing you manhandling that time machine.
You called me ADD for sitting there and reading instructions, which made no sense whatsoever. No,
That's not what that means.
that's not what that means at all.
No, I'm very sorry, Liza. You are ADD, but
not at that moment.
Not at that particular moment.
Which was
and
like,
I am very
what?
sorry because I really am. I'm very fond
It was a
of
poor
you.
choice of insults.
Oh,
You could have done much better.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll be better next time.
Next time, like, you're fat and boring. Well,
good Lord.
Yeah.
I think y'all should do it every weekend. I found it quite entertaining. I was actually just out with Craig and Matt, and I was talking to them, and I was like, oh, it was great. They were giving each other shit. It's fun to watch. So
Well, it's like we're married.
Yes.
I mean, we've been doing this for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it got interesting when you were talking about which direction the duck head was supposed to go.
Whack,
And I
whack,
didn't even
whack.
know what duck head. What's all?
Whack, 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 whack.
Well, I still have not. I have to get back to the Rabaconda for tire number 2. I'm not giving my official diagnosis yet. We'll get to that. But let's get to who else is here in the room. It's Scottie.
Hello, I get motorcycle parts at the hardware store.
Yeah, I think Scottie's motto should be ready to take you in the wrong direction.
in the best way possible.
Exactly.
Sufficient drywall screws with that?
Well, I just learned about the types, the 3 types of fun from Scottie just recently. Did you know there were 3 types of fun?
Well, Naked Jim.
Yay!
Tell us what the 3 types of fun are.
I forget. What were they, Scotty?
Oh, type 1, type 2, and type 3.
And type 1 is like...
It's fun while you're doing
Does
it.
one involve clamps?
It's a fun thing to do that you're enjoying while it's happening.
like eating a taco.
Yeah, could be type 1 fun.
Type 2 fun is the fun where it blows when you're doing it, right?
Yeah, it's
And
really
you're like,
miserable.
this is not fun. But then some time goes by and you're like,
Yeah, that was fun.
And Bagel, what do you think is type 3 fun?
riding a scooter.
Fungus.
The kind of fun you think you're having at the time, but later you come to regret.
That's a good one.
Regretful fun.
Well, I always think of type 3 fun as things that are not fun to have done, but they're fun to be able to tell people about.
But you wouldn't do it again.
Have fun stories
But
about.
you might.
I have a few stories like that.
But in that vein, Dakar Rally just wrapped up. So if people haven't seen it, I would definitely suggest it because I think there are multiple types of fun in that.
It was
event.
on the list tonight, so let's just get quickly to that. Dakar update. Dakar's over. Ricky Brabec ran a perfect race, really.
Yeah, I think so. It's hard to. I mean, we talked about it last week, and Emma, thanks for elucidating us on the historic parts of the rally in the sense that the reason they make them ride like hundreds of miles before the
Right.
race because that's the fucking race.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not just a dirt bike race; it's an endurance event.
And always has been.
Yeah.
And the French mindset towards competition is always based on endurance. It's always pushing the vehicles to the limit. It's always pushing the riders and the drivers to the limit. So that's their mindset. So it makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, and it's a fascinating thing. It's like that genre of people like Scottie, like, let's take a hard event and just make it harder because why not, right? But it was great. Yeah, so Ricky Brabec kicked ass. His second win, I think he won 2 years ago. So hoo-ha, America. Like to see that. And he dominated. I was watching an interview with him, I think it was after stage 10. And he's like, I think he had like a 10-minute lead or something like that over the Botswanan. And he's like, I feel good. He goes, I feel good. I feel like I can charge tomorrow.
He was, for most of the race, he would say, I'm at 115%. And on like the second to last day, he was like, I'm at 100%. I'm like, oh, he's dipping.
He dropped 15%. But he was strong the whole time. And what I forget, so a little sidebar, go check out the YouTube videos if you haven't. I know Red Bull TV has it as well. But what I liked about YouTube is I had a chance this weekend just to spend some time hanging out. And there's all these little rabbit holes you can go down in parts of it. And what I liked is there's things like, you get to watch the racing, which is really cool, all the helicopter footage. But then they would show like what it's like to do the mile melee or whatever it is?
Yes.
Malay Mile?
The Malay Mile, the privateers, what their kit looks like and what they have to deal with. Motal Mile, whatever it is, melee. That kind of stuff. So anyway.
Modal sponsored
these are the
that
dudes
segment,
that are
people who are, it's the, like Ironman, it's you're doing all your own maintenance.
You're privateering.
Privateering, yeah.
Yeah, but I'll do all your own maintenance. But then you would see things, everything from how they bivouacked, how they set up their bikes and what their kit looked like. Then they would go to Toby Price's setup. So it's factory KTM. And one episode I thought was fascinating is what the mechanics would do, the technicians. They broke down the entire bike in between days. Everything, forks are coming out, chains are coming off. I don't know if they did sprockets or not, but they're changing brake fluid. They're doing filters. I mean, the whole bike was almost disassembled.
Well, because it is such a brutal environment.
Yeah.
You have to. And that's what brings home the bacon.
Yeah, that's how you win.
Because it is such a brutal environment. Mm-hmm. And for anybody who's been out in the Middle East, I mean, the sand there, it's not like the sand you get at Clacton-on-Sea or in Monterey or even in Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
It's incredibly fine sand, and it gets everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Every orifice of your body as well.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk, though, about my favorite moment of the Dakar. Mm-hmm. I shared it on our Recycle Facebook page, so you haven't seen it, Jim.
No.
All right. Scottie will help me with this. It's basically, there's a really rough section of like large rocks. Mm-hmm. It looked like something from like a hard enduro race, large rocks. And there's one of the motorcyclists who's,
Warren O'Kelly.
Thank you, off the bike, struggling to get it.
I think
like,
I saw
we
it.
saw that.
Well, just a moment before the clip that I think you're talking about started, he was struggling.
And this was hard enduro type
It was
riding.
gnarly.
Yeah.
Ordo Kelly, by the way, should get credit being the first Irishman to complete it.
Right.
But he was struggling through there. Everyone was struggling through there, and a car had passed him a little bit too close, a little bit close for comfort, and threw him off his line.
This is a narrow.
Oh, so that's what happened before
It wasn't
he got
wide
off the bike.
open.
Before he got off the bike, and then he was off the bike trying to push it and deal with his bike in this
like narrow gully or something.
It
Full
gully
of,
chunks
full
of
of
rocks.
boulders.
Right. Yeah.
It was just nasty. And another car came up behind him.
Like a rally car,
One of the rally race trucks. And Loic Minerilli?
the navigator, not the driver. The navigator jumps out, the full gear. Have you seen this clip, Emma?
I saw it.
And
so good.
Runs over to this biker who's struggling to push the bike and basically says, pushes him away, I got this.
I got this.
Jumps on the bike and navigates it, rides it out of this gully up into a clearing, basically just sets it on the side and was like, there you go, ran back into the car and they took off.
Booked off, yeah.
There you go.
What was it?
I was like, wait, what? How is it a navigator
I saw that
able
clip.
to do that?
Well, he used to race motorcycles,
There
right?
you
So
go.
he transitioned into cars. He had no boots. He had those little soft car shoes they wear. No fucking nothing.
no.
He just get out of the way. And
He was wearing
ripped it.
the car helmet. Right?
Yeah.
I know.
And that's it.
Yeah, so that was.
But
that was
that
cool.
truly is spirit of Dakar for me.
Yeah.
It really is.
And then as he's parking, trying to get the bike, he's waiting for the rider to get to the bike, and he eventually kind of gets the side stand down. He almost gets run over by this other car charging past him at the same time.
Yeah, it was a little pinch point.
The Dakar is nuts. It is nuts. But I really did enjoy all the little offshoot videos.
What's that, Bagel?
I said, just, oh shit.
Yeah.
And the trucks are always nuts. My latest fascination is how they flip the trucks back over. Where do they put the strap on the other truck's axle? I mean, the big trucks, not the little trucks. And how they figure out to flip these things over and get them going.
Oh, those big old racing semis that make 1,000 horsepower.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They were trucks. I mean, they're trucks. They were working trucks, and now they're out hauling. And sometimes they'll roll them over and they keep rolling. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just basically.
But
I don't know who's making the competitive trucks now. For a long time, it was the Czechs. The Tatras were the truck to beat.
Interesting.
The East Europeans make some pretty badass trucks.
Huh. That's cool. Well, it's fun in the vintage classes, too. They'll run the old stuff. But in that vein, they had a truck that was originally made in the 50s or 60s for a snowplow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then it was like
a
a fire truck.
The fire
kind of
truck.
thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then they bought it, and they're like, we're going to fucking Dakar this thing.
You can go down so many rabbit holes following some of the privateer teams, like the women in the Du Chevaux.
Yeah.
There's so many crazy stuff. But I'll admit, I would watch the recap, and I just watch the motorcycles, and then they get to the quads and
The quads.
Yeah.
I
know.
The other thing I appreciate about it is the passion everybody has. They're having the worst moments of their lives, right? But if they make it to the next checkpoint, they're like, but that's all right. Tomorrow's another day. And they're all so excited to be there.
Oh, there was another one. It was one of the cars, and the driver and the navigator were not getting along. Apparently, they were really pissed because they had 2 flat tires. And then they were trapped, and another one of their teammates in another car pulled up, and they were dead in the water because the navigator, the driver's like, where's the jack? Where's the jack? I tossed it. We have 2 flat tires. He left it at the last stop. He's like, but there's still rubber on there. We're not dead until there's no rubber. They will run with flats. Yeah. And he was so pissed at the navigator who had left everything behind because we got no more tires left. What's the point? You know?
You think they would have game planned that, but shit happens when you're in the heat of the moment, though.
Yeah. So they were waiting for other people to show up to help them, and then it was one of Carlos Sands' teammates who was in the lead, and they were like, don't stop. They just waved him on because he was going to win if he kept going and didn't stop to help him. And it was So there's so much crazy stuff going on, but it is cool. Sometimes they do stop and help each other. And the other thing that's kind of cool is the Audi electric cars out there.
Those are wicked. Yeah.
Yeah, the fact
Well,
that
they
they're
ran.
out there.
Well,
straight
they
up
ran.
competing.
I can't remember what it was. It was a whole class of future vehicles, like some future class.
Yeah, it was the Future 1000. I think,
Okay, and they had
something like
electric
that.
bikes too. So
Yeah.
they were running electric motorcycles with titanium frames.
So yeah, you can go down the rabbit hole so much,
But they're actually pushing that though. They're trying to push the more whatever electric stuff.
yeah.
Anyway,
But congratulations, Ricky Brabec. He ran a
America. Fuck yeah.
great race. American, exactly. Just to recap real quick, I did some stuff. Thank you, Jim, for coming over the other night and helping me get the KTM onto the lift.
That is a big, heavy bike, isn't it?
Yeah, and it was one of those things. I'm like, there's no point even trying. I'm just like, Jim,
well, especially
come
backwards.
home.
Especially and
Yeah,
then
I mean,
there's a-
backwards is
and then
like-
there's a wheel chalk on the back. You realize, like, oh,
But yeah, I had the ignition kept cutting off. This has been a reoccurring problem. It happened more and more when Scottie and I ride in the other week, and Emma's advice was remove the ignition, which is not easy. And this is why I hate modern bikes, because to remove the ignition, you basically have to dismantle the entire front end,
Yes.
the fairing.
Yes.
But I was able to get the bars off
Yes.
and then get the top triple tree off,
Yes.
which just getting that off was hard.
Yes.
And trying to get any leverage to tap it up. And then remove the ignition switch and found a lot of dirt in there.
I mean, a lot, didn't you?
Yeah. And
you showed me on the table. It was a lot of dirt.
yeah. And see, here's the thing. This bike was Jocelyn Snow's first adventure bike. So it makes sense why there'd be all this silt that just got up in there. It's surprising how much was up in there. So I cleaned it all out, put it back together. I think that's good. And then here's where I looked like an idiot. I think you missed this part today, Jim. When I was riding with Scottie, I was complaining about my rear brake felt soft. It just didn't feel right.
It was mostly working, but it just felt weird.
Yeah. Now, some of that was I have a flat tire, so it's really hard to
There was
gauge.
that, yeah.
But in general, it wasn't. So I thought, oh, I'm going to just bleed it, just
Yeah.
flush all the fluid out and check. I looked at the brake pads. There's some brake pads in there. And in doing so, I get to a point where when I flushed it and I was just put the cap on the rear master cylinder.
Yeah.
And I was just spraying it with like 409 just to clean everything off. And when I pumped the brake, there were bubbles coming up. I'm like, crap. Now, it wouldn't be coming from the cylinder. It would be coming, well, not from the reservoir. It'd be coming from the hose.
The union,
The banjo.
yes.
I'm like, crap. Now, to get
Oh,
to that.
it's not just a little O-ring on the cover.
Well,
It was coming
no.
out of like the side
No,
of the
because
banjo bow.
you can
Oh,
have
okay.
the reservoir cap off and still
work. Yeah.
press the brakes, right? So it must be a leak from the banjo. So I needed to get the bolt off holding the banjo bolt on. But there is the rear foot peg bracket in the way. So to remove that,
Modern bikes, right?
yeah, motorbikes, to remove that, I need to remove the side cover of the tail.
But to remove that-
I need to remove the tail case and the exhaust system.
But to remove that,
And I just was like, what? And I'm like taking all this stuff. And then Emma comes over and she points to the two bolts holding the master cylinder to the frame. She goes, why don't you just take those two bolts off? I'm like, crap.
That's by no means unprecedented. On a lot of modern bikes, to bleed the rear brake, the reservoir, it's got a remote reservoir on its own hose. And on a lot of bikes, you actually have to take the bolt out that holds the reservoir onto the frame and actually kind of maneuver it outside the frame so you can get the lid off and top it off and then bleed your brakes. So it's legit. So anyway, there you go.
So
Did you have the exhaust off?
no, I didn't get to the
Didn't you?
exhaust.
Thank
yet.
God.
No, it was just like one thing after the word. Like just to get the side cover off, I got 3 of the bolts out. The 4th one was behind the exhaust. It's like, it's like one thing after another. Yeah. But then it turns out once I replaced the seals, the crush washers on the banjo, put it back together, sprayed it down, pumped the brake, bubble, bubble, bubble. And it was John who pointed it out that wasn't a issue. And I didn't think about this either. So when you are pressing the brake, the reservoir volume is changing. And that's why you have what is the rubber piece in there?
Yeah, the diaphragm.
The diaphragm, which is allowed to, it has like ribs in it so it can expand and contract.
like
right?
an accordion.
Like an accordion.
Yeah.
Well, to expand and contract, you need to have breather vents in the top of the cap.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. I didn't think
Oh,
about
that's what
this
you were seeing.
either.
I didn't even
So
know
when
that.
I was seeing bubbles, it was the top of the cap
Just breathing.
breathing.
Oh, interesting.
And the fluid wasn't going into the reservoir, it was just going into the rubber cap.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was
No issue.
issue. So all of that.
So the brake's better now?
No, a little bit. She bled the
I bled it at the ABS
the ABS.
at the top.
But it was one of those things where I'm just like trying to like.
No, you know what?
It's frustrating to work on these modern bikes. They don't make it easy.
That brake is going to feel great on the road. Trust me. So you'll be fine.
Yeah.
As long as your tire has air in it.
And treads.
I'm getting closer. I am getting closer. So we've got a couple things to talk about. Let's get to real quickly. Who got a new tool they want to talk about?
Ooh, I did.
Scotty's got a new tool.
So I've been discovering that while I've been like getting by with the basics for a really long time, there are some really simple things that I've gotten recently that are not expensive that make working on motorcycles just way easier. The first one was a set of JIS screwdrivers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basic stuff. But,
Yep.
I've been working with regular Phillips head and trying not to mess it up, and it's been work. JIS, for $10, total life improvement. The most recent one that I got was and I don't know the right name for this, Neal, help me out. It's the ratcheting terminal crimper
It's
thing.
a ratcheting crimper.
So when you're putting a new plug onto a wire or something, you got to crimp the little terminal on before you put it in the back of the plug.
The expensive ones came from AMP, and they were like $200 last time I looked at those. But I think you paid how much for it?
Yeah, it was like $8.99, and incredible. Just such a time saver, because otherwise crimping those things on with a pair of needle nose pliers is just miserable.
And it doesn't work that well. You don't get the right.
Why don't you
squish
have
on
a
it.
crimper?
Well, I had like shitty crimpers before,
Okay.
but the nice ratcheting one is game changer. Made my life so much better. I finished all the wiring on the SV650.
I don't know about this ratcheting. Do you know about this, Emma?
Yeah, it's the key is to have a proper crimper, and if you've got a lot of wiring to do, a ratcheting crimper is going to save you a great deal of time. I've got an ancient kit. God, my wiring kit's probably from the 70s, and it's got like a legit Japanese crimper on it, and it's quite a big tool. And people are like, "Oh, you do fine work with that." And it kind of, when you crimp the wires, they've got to almost form like a B shape
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
the wire.
Yeah.
And it's quite a big tool that actually does that. You actually need to kind of turn a flat piece into what looks like a B, where the wires are
Like
trapped
capital
under
letter
the-
B.
Capital letter B.
Lying on its back.
And there's two parts to it. There's the part that actually grabs the wire,
And then the
which
grab-
is a smaller crimp, and then a bigger
yeah.
one that bends the
Right.
crimp around the insulation to spring
And so,
really fit.
so I've got this tool, and I'm the first to admit it. I've been using this thing for 40 years. So I'm getting good with it, but it's impossibly big, and it looks awkward, but it's not.
No, this one's reasonably small. It looks like a pair of pliers.
Right, great.
Where'd you find it? Not Harbor Freight or?
Wish.com.
Hello. All right. We've got a whole bunch of emails to read because they all lead to conversations. And this first one, I've been purposely saving. So this is going to blow your mind. Emma, I'm going to hand you a sheet here. You don't know what it's for, but this is a quite extensive info sheet on all motorcycles and kind of
quite
some of their
old.
stats. 2014, 2015. It's
Right.
It's suitable. It's suitable.
Very small print.
Okay, so I had two people message me about this, Eric and Raleigh, and also Paul Kelly. So this is going to blow your mind, and we're going to talk about geometry and physics.
This is Paul Kelly, K-E-L-E.
Kelly.
Never mind.
Okay. He says, hey, I've been listening to your podcast for a long time. I was reading a Cycle World road test a year ago of new high-end sport bikes when I had an aha moment that I'd like to share. I already knew that modern bikes are way faster and corner better than my 1973 Norton Commando. You paying attention, Emma?
Yes.
But then, holy crap, I realized that my Commando actually could stop quicker at least from 60 miles per hour in the dry than these modern bikes could. I started a post on Reddit about, the stopping distances. It appears that brakes may have improved a lot on bikes, but stopping distances have not. This is 50 years we're talking, which is why that list I gave you doesn't matter. We're talking 50 years. The stopping distance from 60 miles per hour for cars have dropped a lot in the last 50 years. But for motorcycles, they're actually slightly worse, except, oddly, for cruisers. I think there are a lot of people with new bikes who have a false sense of confidence they can outbrake new cars, and they really can't, at least from 60 miles per hour and below. All right, I'm going to start explaining things. Emma, just so you can follow along, you'll see a column, I think it's third from the right, for 0 to 60 stopping distance. What Emma has there is a list of every manufacturer and every bike from 2014, 2015, and their stopping distances. So I started reading this whole thread on Reddit, so it's fascinating, so follow along. You would think that with modern bikes, Jim, name some upgrades to braking since the 70s.
Like dual calipers.
Dual calipers.
More pistons.
More pistons.
I would imagine better material on the pads.
ABS.
Floating rotors.
I guess that's obvious.
How about rubber on the tires?
Compounds, yeah.
Tire compounds. All these things, right?
Suspension.
So why hasn't braking improved?
I have an idea, but I'll wait.
All right.
I have an idea too.
And this is wait. Well, let's hear your ideas. Why hasn't it improved? What do you think, Scottie?
Oh, I think it's got something to do with that. Motorcycles are susceptible to falling over their faces if you stop too fast, like the nose wheelie, right?
Yep.
And the nose wheelie ability hasn't changed.
So you are right. So here's the thing: if you look at modern sport bikes, your adventure bikes, dirt bikes, right? The XR, you're sitting pretty high and the wheelbases are pretty short. So there's a geometry. If you make a triangle from the center of gravity of the rider to each of the axles, create this triangle, right? What you have is the amount of stopping power gets to a point where it will get too much traction and just flip the bike forward.
Right.
The same thing applies for acceleration. You get to an acceleration point and it'll just wheelie go up, right? So the physics hasn't changed on how much stopping power you can create before the bike will flip.
Tip over the triangle.
What is different from bikes of the 70s?
I think what they've done is they've deliberately made a different trade-off to shift the weight forward to reduce the tendency to wheelie.
Right. You're seated a bit forward. On older bikes, sure, they're heavier. They have drum brakes, but drum brakes can still stop a bike, right? But they're lower. So actually, cruisers may have a better stopping ratio than your Gixxer, Jim. And what his point is that people on modern bikes may have the false impression that they can stop faster. Now, Emma,
and the figures would certainly bear it out. And so when I mean, I'm generalizing these figures, but they all fall into. I don't think there's a single bike on this list that can do 60 to 0 in less than 100 feet.
I think
not
about
a single
115 one. Is their
and
average.
Everything is averaging out at about 115, 120. Some bikes with very, very poor brakes or extremely heavy bikes are above that. However, the cruisers make for interesting reading. The cruisers have the lowest numbers, so it's a geometry thing. And the cruisers, it's very, very interesting when you consider a cruiser. It has the geometry of an older bike. It tends to carry its weight lower. It tends to be a little bit heavier. It tends to have a slightly more raked out front end. If you see a vintage Triumph or a vintage Norton Commando, and you actually look at them, they really have quite a raked out front end. My Trident in particular, it's the rake on the front is almost like a chopper. It's really bizarre looking once you realize it. And of course, I put 17-inch wheels on it, so it makes it even more pronounced.
So when you say geometry, is it wheels and rider, or is it the weight of the
A
engine?
little bit of everything.
The center of
Wheels and
gravity
center
of the
gravity.
rider.
Yeah,
Rake and trail
'Cause
comes
it's where the
into
weight
it,
is. That's
length
the
of
big
swing
difference, huh?
arm.
The further forward the
weight
rider is,
Yeah.
and all these modern sport bikes, your jicks are included. You have
Yeah.
short little bars. You're riding up over. As you said, more power to the wheel. You need to keep the front wheel down. But you lose
So you're
braking.
less likely to wheel butt.
You gain in acceleration. You lose in braking.
You
But-
also gain in handling as well.
You gain in handling with a shorter wheelbase.
I think I just came up with the top braking upgrade. Is if you could be top rack Rosgaliot glue and just ride on the front wheel through every corner. The top upgrade.
So, meanwhile, in the real world, 60 to 0 doesn't actually represent that much of a real world
Do
situation.
you want to pass that list around? Anyone
Yeah,
wants to
yeah,
look
yeah.
at it?
Anybody
It's
can
crazy.
look. It's incredible list. But if you think about it, and the world that we all live in, you do some incredibly hard braking from, say, 60 to 40 for a corner, and then you go through and accelerate out of it. Now, when we do the Dolomites trip, and we try and educate people on how to get these big bikes, big powerful bikes, round hairpins on the Dolomites. It's all about trail braking. It's all about using the back brake as well as the front brake. You've got to imagine you've got to stretch that bike out. And we'll get people who come on the trips who just use the front brake. Mm-hmm. And when I say use the back brake, you've got to use the back brake as well. You've got to use the back brake. They get considerably faster. And you'll see they struggle with it for a day. And then the light bulb goes, bing! And they're like, oh my God. And they're like 10, 15 miles an hour quicker through the corners. Because you're using, you imagine just stretching the bike out. Mm-hmm. But my point with that is it is rare the occasion you go from 60 to 0. Mm-hmm. And what you will find with these sport bikes is you can brake. What I'd be more interested in, and comparing it, let's go back to the Norton Commando, as opposed to, say, Gixxer 750, both popular bikes in the day. Mm-hmm. We've already realized that the 60 to 0 on the Commando is shorter. So let's extrapolate that further and go 60 to 40 and then 40 to 0. Break it down like that. And I think in that case, the Gixxer on the 60 to 40 would be miles faster. Just miles faster.
Well, and the other thing that's interesting is, do ABS brakes stop you faster?
No. They slow you down.
That was
because
They stop you faster than if you lock the front wheel and are
I
sliding.
was going to say it's so nuanced
Right?
because so I got into a situation the other day going to work. It was dark and misty and couldn't see great. And it was a downhill right-hander. And as I'm coming around, I'm trying to wipe my face shield a little bit. And I'm looking at the turn. I'm like, are those brake lights? And as I come around the turn, I'm like, fuck, it's just nothing but brake lights. It was pretty much stopped traffic. So I had to emergency brake. And I don't think the ABS kicked in, but that's where I'm like, oh, ABS, because I'm braking really hard. And what I was wondering is, like, if I was on a bike without ABS, it's either you stop faster or you, more than likely, I think I would have snatched the front brake a little too hard, locked up, and been skidding 40 miles an hour. And so it's like, it's nuanced in the sense that ABS may take you a little longer to stop, but you're not going to lock up the front wheel.
Right.
But what I find interesting about this is perception. And I will agree. I was under the impression that a modern bike with more calipers, double disc, better rubber, that I have better control over stopping. And I used to say, like, oh, rather than my old CB750 with it, 1970s technology.
But
it's mind-blowing to me.
I think you'd say even without the ABS, I'm just guessing, but I would imagine the stopping is at least smoother, like smoother stopping. Like maybe at the end of the day, Norton Commando is going to stop sooner.
Having ridden both and consistently ride both right now,
I think
because
safer is the word.
I will stand by, modern bikes are far safer to operate than vintage bikes. Far safer to operate.
It's safer, but there is a price we've paid. And what that price is, all of that technology has not reduced the stopping distance. It's only reduced the chance of casualty, of accident.
It may have improved the efficacy,
But yet
of stopping.
cars, because of all the technology and because they don't have the geometry and can't endo, they have improved. So in fact, whereas I always feel like I can outmaneuver a car in any situation, that's not true. Braking,
right, but it's not a question of whether the brake technology isn't there on motorcycles. It's because the design has changed, right?
Well, it's the geometry. The geometry hasn't changed.
And
That's
what I'll say, where braking, I think, in the sense we're talking about, it comes into play is when you're on the track, right, and you're demon late on the brakes coming into turn 4, whatever, and and you really need that powerful braking and stuff on the street. A lot of times I think most of braking's not a great option you reach for. When you need to, you brake. Controlled, but when shit goes sideways, usually you're on the gas.
Here's some interesting reading for you. So,
do you want to give any stats?
Yeah, I'm going to give you the stat that I find the most telling, just because I know the bike. One of the lowest stopping distances on this for a larger bike comes out as 109 feet, which is actually no mean feat for a giant bike.
Yeah.
The bike is a Kawasaki Vulcan mean streak.
Yeah.
Now, the reason...
Best name ever.
Wow.
Well, the reason why I picked the mean streak, it makes for a very, very interesting read, because the mean streak is a cruiser. It's a Vulcan. So it has cruiser geometry. However, it's got giant 330mm discs on the front with triple piston calipers. It's got, well, actually, the 6-piston Tokikos. So it's got all the braking technology. It's got little sport bike size wheels, but it's got cruiser geometry. That's what a mean streak is. And that's why...
Look up, was it Honda CBR 300?
Okay, so
if the mean streak is at, 109, was it I think it was a CBR 300, something like that. That was a small, lightweight bike, you'd think.
Right, let's have a look here. So CBR...
Should be up at the top, I think.
Yeah. No, CBR 300. Well, it won't because it's too old.
Okay.
So let's have a look. The Rebel 250 comes in at 115, which I'd kind of expect because it's got kind of...
But the lightweight Rebel 250 cannot stop as fast as a big muscle cruiser. It's fascinating.
Here's an interesting one, which kind of defies everything. VFR 800 Interceptor.
Yeah.
107 feet. That's a non-ABS bike.
Ah, right.
But...
Interesting.
It's a sports tourer. Wonder what Rufus is. Hang on, let's have a look.
Is that's the one with the link? Oh yeah, because they have linked brakes on the Vifers.
Yes.
Ooh.
Linked brakes. Which basically means that the Hurricane 1000 with the linked brakes should be... Hang on, I've got to put my... I'm glad I've got new glasses because I can actually read this now. So, where are we? CBR... I'm trying to find...
This is riveting.
It is riveting reading. Okay, CBR 1100 XX, which has got linked brakes, 97, 112.
Just curious.
So it's the linked brakes.
Are Vespas on that list?
Yep.
And you know what? One of the bikes that did really horrible was a Royal Enfield.
Well, I think that's just poor braking technology.
Yeah,
you have
exactly.
to replace the brake fluid every 1,000 miles.
So anyway,
what does it show for the Vespa GTS 300?
No Vespas on this.
no, sorry, they didn't include the Vespa.
Now Rufus comes in at...
Is the Nikon on there?
No, it's too early for a Nikon.
Okay.
But that would be curious to know.
No, Rufus isn't on here. Bandit 1200.
That's...
Yeah, the Bandits come in at 112. So
Yeah.
Bandit's kind of more upright technology. So
Yeah. So anyway, it's a fascinating conversation on Reddit that I wanted to share, and it kind of blew my perception. Neal, you have an email there I wanted you to read.
Sure.
Who's it from?
It is from yours truly.
This is from Neal. Yeah, get up close.
Okay.
There you go, like that.
All right. Hi, Liza. I was listening.
Hi, Neal.
Hi. Hello. Ow. I was listening to the podcast, as one does. First thing, regrettable bikes. I've enjoyed all the motorcycles I've owned over the years, but if there's one bike I'd like to say that I regretted owning, I would have to say it was my Husky 87 Husky 250 CR. So those that you don't know, anyway, I'll get into that in the email. I bought it as the last of the true Swedish Husqvarnas before they were absorbed into Cagiva. You could say this would be my one and only foray into my identity as a Euro dirt bike guy.
That is an identity, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that like Euro trash or a little different?
Am I a Euro dirt bike guy?
You write a good tune.
I guess you are.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that later in the email. That was a flirtation. On the face of it, the Husky had a lot going for it. Very stable at speed, lots of power, and top-of-the-line suspension components. I upgraded the pipe on it to an Uptight, which improved the power even more. So Uptight was a motorcycle shop down in Southern California that specialized in Huskies. So they had one that helped the mid-range on the bike. What made me regret it? Coming off a KTX 200, it felt like riding a filing cabinet.
I love the description.
Which took some getting used to. And its electric controlled power valve made the power come on suddenly, making it hard to manage. The electrics would prove to be an issue later. The end of my like for it came to a sudden end when I was goofing around at Carnegie's motorcycle or MX practice track. On one lap, I felt brave and launched it off a lipped jump, but failed to blip the throttle at the right time, resulting in a massive endo. The Husky landed on my ankle, drilling it into the hard pack and snapping my tibia and fibula like twigs.
Oh.
Motorcycles are fun.
Oh.
At least it's decisive.
Yeah.
You know.
There was
done.
no mistake.
Yeah, how was that geometry?
Angular.
You see, that was pretty much it, right?
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that kind of endo.
Yeah. While I was recovering, I sold that bike to family friends who used it on their walnut farm down in Atwater. And they found out something interesting. The kill switch wire had been rubbing on the steering head, intermittently shorting out and making the engine miss. Would fixing this have prevented my endo? Maybe. My next dirt bike was a 90 Honda CR250. It was everything the Husky was not. Agile.
The championship winner, huh?
Yeah. It was
Ring, ding, ding,
ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding. Agile, narrow, and with a broad, easy-to-use yet generous 50 horsepower-ish power band. I'd say the CR and my CBR 900RR that I got a couple of years later would probably rank as my two favorite motorcycles of all time. Well, that and the Commando that I had long ago. I sold the CR to my nephew, the CR250, not the Husky. I believe he still has it. So that is... Shall I get into the other part or skip that?
Yeah, no, keep going.
And now, so the title of my email was Regretto Moto and TED Talk.
Yeah.
And now for the TED part. Last week I had a long conversation with the Multistrada guy who I had heard at the time was named Tad, and that turns out to be his correct name.
Yeah.
My hearing is shite. I'm guessing it's Ted. Anyway, on the podcast, you mentioned a Ted Weston. That's also not his name, but it turns out. Funny thing, I'm pretty sure he's the Ted Weston that I knew from about 40 years ago. And he may remember me as well. This is actually not at all true, but this is me going off on a tangent. Anyway, we always liked each other, and we especially like to talk motorcycles. Yet another thing I love about Santa Cruz, I'm always running into people that I've had connections with. And anyway, yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. So here I am.
Yeah. So shout out to Ted Weston and Tad Wesson.
It does get confusing.
It does get confusing.
So my hearing is garbage.
Cool. And just so you know, here's what we do. After you read an email, you fold it up and throw it on the ground.
There it goes.
All right. Oh, Oh, jeez. All right, Jim.
geez.
Jim.
Get
Yes.
all aggro on
Yeah.
it.
So we're going to read some emails, and I'm going to do a game, and then read some emails and do a game. I got it.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Bear with me. So I'm going to read. I'm going to usurp this email from
Yeah.
David Silvieri. We're getting there, but this is from Mark Duncan, and Mark and I have been texting a little bit about going down to the desert camping, and he's doing some racing. He was the guy who's trying to encourage me into some of the racing down there. So,
Right.
hey Jim, hope you had a good holidays. First race of the season. So this was a Hare and the Hound.
Oh, and give a shout out to Cody Webb.
Yeah, before we forget. Well, I'll remind me if I forget. So anyway, yeah, he went to a race, and I think it was like a Hare and Hound out in the desert where we were at, Scottie. Remember that?
Yeah,
Same
it was
place, right?
Such a good time.
Yeah, and let's see, he got third in the over 50 novice class.
Nice.
Nicely done.
So that's
Awesome.
cool. Had a ton of fun. Looking forward to the Misfits camp out. Right on. Glad you're going to make it. Just a heads up, the Built Well 100 registration opened today. Great first race for you. Fun weekend, nothing crazy hard, just good times in the desert. Sells out quick. Jump in there and come join us. So, hey, thanks, Mark, for the note. Congratulations on your podium. Your podium at the over 50 novice. I'm very impressed. And thanks for the encouragement. So cheers and hope to see you there. So real quickly, I will mention we got the Desert Hare Gathering coming up January 30th to February 5th down at Johnson Valley OHV in Southern California, south of Barstow. This is also where they just finished having the King of the Motos. And shout out to Cody Webb. He was leading at the end of the day Saturday. I haven't been able to get the results from today, but they had rain and shit down there, so it could be just crazy. I have no idea, but they did have some rain. So, but for the Hare, the Desert Hare Gathering, the weather looks stellar. They're going to get some rain middle of next week, which will pack everything down. And then it's supposed to be, I think, low in the 40s and then high near 70. Starting next week, so it's going to
Very
be
nice too.
And it will also be, don't forget, the last week of the King of the Hammers event. So they had the motos just now, and they race for like all month, it seems like. But the final weekend of the King of the Hammers is that weekend, and we'll be on the edge of the race course.
And it is such a rad place to ride around. If you've never been out to that kind of terrain, it's a little hard to explain how ungoverned it is.
Ungoverned's a good word in every sense.
It's a total free for all. You can just, I want to go over there, and there's just no road or trail going there. You just go.
I remember when we were going over to Vegas, Liza, we flew over the Johnson Valley.
Yeah.
And you look down, and we're like, "Oh, Jim's down there," and there's just nowhere around it.
It's out there, yeah. You got 29. Yeah. You got unexploded ordnance and high energy weapons. That's
And
right.
the closest town is like 8 people, and it's 20 miles away.
Yeah, and it's pretty convenient though. So, anyway, hopefully people can join us down there. I did get my Hunter S. Thompson flag. So you know those dudes in the desert all have their fucking flags. I will refrain from my political commentary here, but I was going to get the Pride flag. I might still fly it alongside, but I did get the Hunter S. Thompson fist holding the peyote in purple. So just look for that.
Right on brand.
Yeah.
With the
Nice.
2 thumbs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
2 thumbs. You know it. Right on. Okay, so back to the emails. So we ready. This is from David Silviera. Hey, Misfits, I'm ready for the desert trip. Right on, David. Stoked you can make it. It's been difficult to keep my DR650 running. You may remember my son Joseph, who is in the Misfits picking up free gear. Oh, yeah, I remember a couple weeks ago. Thank you, Liza. He put the gear to good use and the bike's armor to the test. I had to repair the bike a few times due to some get-offs. His latest whiskey throttle event almost cost me the clutch case. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I was going to be like lever, but clutch case. Okay. I used a helicoil and JB weld, to patch it.
Well done.
To think that the Warp 9 case covers caused the problem. Huh. Okay. Without it, I probably would have had to replace the filter cover, but the case would have not been harmed. Okay, what has been your experience with drop protection? I read somewhere that front crash bars can damage frames. It's easy to replace a crashed case, but bent frame can total the bike. What about gear? Can Aramid fiber really protect your backside and knees from road rash? Hope to see you soon. Thanks, David. Right on.
All right, thanks.
It's a very interesting question, and there's no real concise answer because I've seen everything.
I think there is a concise answer. I think the answer is that the protection on the bike is to get you back back home.
Right, and
That's the thing. It may do damage to
Right.
the bike,
Well,
but it'll make it still rideable. If you,
yeah, but Scotty, how many times do you drop your bike in the desert last time there? How many times did I drop my bike?
I think that's a different thing when we're talking
Yeah.
about dirt bikes because there's no plastics.
all right, hold on.
Like that to
Is it
protect.
cheaper to replace a lever or handlebars?
Yeah, lever, of course.
It's cheaper, but if you break a lever out in the, riding, can you get yourself back to camp? Can you, if you
Maybe.
bend a bar, can you get yourself back
Right.
to camp?
If
Well,
you
yes
have
and
tools
yes,
to spare
but-
lever.
It's just which challenge
But,
you
Right,
want.
no, but that's why they're meant to get you back.
Yeah.
in terms of general protection, I think if you use a high quality frame protector that's carefully designed, it's really going to help you. Bent frames happen because poorly designed, and I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of luck in it. I mean, there's a chain of circumstances that you drop it just in a certain way, or you hit a certain rock, and then you're done. But I agree that, if you regard protection as a means to get you home and a means to get you safe, I think it's definitely worthwhile. But don't skimp on the quality.
And it depends on the bike, too.
What's worse, bent frame or hole in the case?
Well, a hole in it.
Do you have JB Weldon oil?
And if
Depends.
yeah, exactly. But I think that's the whole point of the protection.
But I think so. It's a DR 650, so I would say it's a little more dirt bikey than adventure bike. Like my Africa Twin, I have big engine guards and some stuff that protects the plastics a little bit, and I drop it regularly. And it holds up, doesn't bend, doesn't fuck up anything. But they're high quality. It's quality stuff. But on my 450 dirt bike, all I really run is a decent bash plate, that covers kind of the bits. And then really just like, Barkbuster handguards.
Yeah,
but with that said, I carry steel stick all the time. The number of cracked engine cases I've seen just because you fall over on a rock, and it doesn't take much.
Well,
I
think it's a choice, right? Yeah. We're not going to prevent all potential damage. We can choose what we want to damage the least. And that's really what we're doing is when we're putting guards over one thing, we're saying, okay, this piece is really important.
Yeah.
And this other thing that's going to take the brunt of it, even when this protector gets smushed, is I value it less, and it's less important to me.
Let's look at Neal's V-Strom that's out there.
Oh my goodness!
You have exposed bits and pieces on that. What's the first thing you see on the bottom of the bike, Emma, on a V-Strom?
Oh God, the oil filter.
Oil filter and the exactly. Right, they're exposed. And I believe on the V-Strom also on the right side, don't you have the water coolant pipe that can get clipped easily?
Certainly on the 650.
Like things that will disable the bike that are just exposed.
But that's
right there.
That's the legacy of one of the greatest ironies of the V-Strom, both the 650 and the 1000. Is they're very, very loved as adventure bikes, but they were never meant to be adventure bikes.
Yeah,
and the engine is a middleweight sport bike engine, both developed for the SVs. And then the origins of the SV1000 engine can go back even further than that to the
TL1000
to the Tillers of the late 90s. But it's basically a sport bike engine that they're like, oh, this produces lots of torque. It might be fun to put it in an adventure bike, and that's okay. But the problem is, when you put a sport bike engine in an adventure bike frame, things stick out where they shouldn't, as you can see.
Well, just when I look at
it's vulnerable.
A bike like that, like the V-Strom with the oil, hanging out there, it's as sensical as external genitalia.
Yes.
Makes no sense to me.
No, it's like riding around with your junk.
And a lot of times, that part of the bottom of the bike, like where typically your bash plate is, you use that as a tool. You're like, I am going to bash plate into
rock
that.
it over a log.
Yeah.
Or,
So to answer his
yeah.
question on the 650, the Suzuki, right?
This DR.
Yeah, the DR.
The
So
DR650, yeah.
what do you have on your XR 650?
Bash plate.
Bash plate, engine handguards.
Barkbuster style things.
Those are the two.
That's
like,
it. And some steel stick.
if you want to add, if you want to add
the-
more, like on my CRF and my KLR, I had the side. Guards that went up alongside like the pipe and stuff,
Well, also
which helped in that the bikes were dropped, fallen over in parking lots, and I didn't care because nothing got damaged.
Yeah, and I mean,
Well, water-cooled bikes, you have an additional issue with the radiators. That
Right.
you want to
Yeah.
protect.
But of
'cause
course-
if you
So I
crack
do
the
have
radiator-
steel radiator guards.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
that
of
little
course the
fucking
d-
water pump sticks out. I'm
the,
telling you, that's like the Achilles heel. I
Right.
see it.
But of course, the DR is air cooled. The only thing I can think of really
Oh, yeah.
that you might want to protect on the DR is the exhaust pipe, because if it gets crushed, you'd have to pull the exhaust pipe to get yourself home. Because
Which-
you know where it makes that sweep around the engine. If you hit a rock just right, you could crush it. But that's about it, really.
Yeah.
I mean, the difference between, say, a DL 650 and a DR 650 is the DR was a dirt bike from day one.
Yeah, built as a.
And built as, so it's a lot more compact and kind of durable.
Yeah. The one thing I will say though about if you're taking a bike on this trip or any trip for the desert, and Scotty can attest, right, is make sure your bike's running well. Right?
Yeah,
Remember
it's going to make everything a lot more fun.
If your bike's not running, you don't want to be sorting it out there. It will take the fun right out of it.
Speaking of not running well, I just wanted to give a shout out to Maxim,
Yeah.
who came to our garage today. Okay, hold on.
Dude, I loved his description of how he found the place.
Yeah, so this young man showed up. He had called last night to see what time we open, and he on a broke ass GS 750 Scrambler.
Yes.
Is the best way. Scrambler tracker is the best way to describe it.
It's just missing a lot
With
of pieces.
flames shooting out the back and
By
a
design.
wonky headlight and just things. And the charging system wasn't working. Sweet guy, but we helped him all day. He got his bike running well.
It's running
through-
on all 4 cylinders.
Yeah, Emma's help, and he got all sorts of loaded up with gear.
Oh, nice.
But I had asked him, "How'd you find out about us?" And he said, "Z Traveler." He met Z in Alaska
Oh wow.
when he was touring on a DS 200. No,
DR
200
Ooh, okay.
in
Oh.
Alaska, and he said that Z gave a description. And Emma, what was that description?
The Recycle Garage is a magical place where you go with a broken bike and you leave with a fixed one.
I love it. It is magical.
That's all he knew. Go to this place.
Go to this place.
It's magical.
It's magical. And so
it's behind a taqueria.
yeah, and I said to him when his bike, I said, "Was it everything you hoped it would be?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, and more." It's a very magical
Oh,
place.
he
Well,
was
you just saved him $170 an hour, so
Yeah, and that bike.
and no one would even look at that. I'm sure. I mean, who the
No.
fuck are you going to take that to?
No,
Yeah.
exactly. But
But look at it
Misfits,
here.
yeah.
no, but we got him down the road, and I mean
Yeah,
that's
he-
what it's about.
Yeah, he was
you,
having a good time.
you push him in and you ride him out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got an Amscray though.
All right.
Sorry to cut it short again, but
I'll talk to you
thanks
later.
for the fun. All right, peace, love, and soul.
Jim, smell you later.
Jim.
Smell you later. Thanks for help painting the engine. Today.
Oh yes,
And
you
shout out
should
to
mention that. How
Charlie's
nice
Origami.
it came out.
Yeah, it did come out. Quite
Oh,
nice.
was it what? How was it painted?
Yes, it's now painted.
Rattle can.
Rattle can,
Brilliant. Well, I learned a lot of
Flat black.
nice
not
little
just
tricks.
satin. Shit, that's
Satin
been
black.
satin.
All right.
No, it's satin black. It looks absolutely splendid, and we're doing full stainless steel fasteners, aren't we, Jim?
here and the Taiwanese, not Taiwan.
All right, get out of here.
Yeah,
Jim.
bye.
Catch you
Well,
later.
Jim's escaping just in time before the embarrassing game we have.
Oh God.
So you remember 2 weeks ago, I had a little game where you had to name models of motorcycles, brands. Well, the motorcycles, I brought it back. Yes, we're going to do it again.
Is this because you like playing the game or you hate us?
It's equal parts.
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
Okay, so we need to make the teams equal. Emma, you get to pick one person to be on your team. Who do you want? Don't forget you have Bagel also, who was of no help last time. Even
help
though
at all.
I did include all the scooters of those brands.
Well, now that I know, I've got that at least.
No, I'll take Bagel. No, I will. I'll take Bagel.
Okay.
All right, you're taking Bagel.
Yeah, and if you mess this up, Bagel, I will fight you.
Okay.
She'll cut you.
That means
That'll be
that Scottie,
mincemeat.
Henry, and Neal are all on the same team. So here's how it works. I'm going to tell you the brand, and you guys are going to take turns bidding on how many of those models you think you can name.
Oh, God, this again.
Yes. And if you think you can name more models, then you can try and outbid them, and then you have to name that many models. And again, this is current model bikes according to the company's website.
2024 model year.
2024, but sometimes they had 2023s because those are still in the dealership.
Yes.
So I'm going to tell you the brand, and then we'll get to the bidding. Scottie, do you mind being team captain?
Sure.
What's the name of your team?
Oh, what is the name of our team? Team Silence.
The sound of silence.
Silent but deadly.
Sound is silence. And Emma, what's the name of your team?
Fucking tossers.
Okay, fucking tossers. All right, so this first brand is Indian. Scottie, you made a face. We were just at an Indian
I
dealership.
know. That's what I was thinking. Like
Did
we were
you
just there
learn
sitting on half of the
anything?
bikes. I learned nothing.
Nothing. All right. Well, then I'm going to start, and you can look at your teammates for assistance here. How many models of Indians do you think you can name? Start low if you think you can't name any.
3?
2.
4.
Three. You want to go with
4. You feel good about
four?
4?
I think
All right.
4.
4. Emma and Bagel, can you name more than 4 Indian models?
No, it's all Henry's.
Okay. Name those models.
There's the
okay.
Chieftain.
Yes,
Yep.
that is one.
And there's a Chieftain Roadmaster.
Yes.
It's the Roadmaster, yes.
That's
2.
the same thing because we also saw
Roadmaster,
another...
yeah.
Okay.
There's the Scout.
There is a Scout, correct.
Actually, there's a couple Scouts. There's like the Bobber.
There
like
is
the
a
Bobber.
Scout Bobber. That
So
is-
you got 4.
There's 4.
Oh. I
Yeah.
didn't even need to say like FTR or anything like that.
There, you could have done 5.
Yeah, I was going for
the
alphabet soup
FDR, the
after
Scout
that.
Rogue, the Chief, the Super Chief, the Springfield, the Challenger, and the Pursuit.
The Pursuit.
The Pursuit. Well done. All right. So point to Team Silence. All right. So now, Kawasaki. Now, there are 45 models
Jesus
listed.
Christ.
Yes, 45 models. So let's start with you, Scottie. How many current models of Kawasaki can you name?
I'm not feeling bullish on this one.
I'm going to say maybe like 13.
Oh, whoa.
Neal, do you
Yeah.
think you can help with that? I mean, you guys work as a team.
Yeah.
13?
Kind of in that range.
All right.
Yeah.
Emma Bagel, can you name more?
No, absolutely not. 13's a lot.
Nope.
Out of 45?
You'd be surprised.
All right.
It's going to be hard naming them off, but have a go. I would love you to be able to do this.
All right, and here's the other rule I didn't tell you. 3 strikes and you're out.
Oh, yeah.
So you can make guesses, but if it's a model that is not listed, that is a strike. All right. You guys want to start listing off?
KLR 650 ABS.
Okay, so it is. I just called it the KLR 650. But yes,
Is there not one without ABS?
it's no. Well, it's just I called it the KLR 650. That to me, ABS was an option.
Fair enough.
So yeah, KLR
enough.
650
All right.
done.
KLR 300.
KLR 300 is not a bike.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's the KLX.
There's a bunch of KLXs, though.
It's
I
the
need a full name.
KLX 300.
Correct. KLX 300 is on there. That's 2 and 1 strike.
Ninja 400. There's the Ninja 400 Double R, which is their 4-cylinder.
Ninja 400. All right.
ZX6.
Wait, did you get your 400RR thing?
Yeah.
I just counted the Ninja 400. There is not a Ninja 400 RR. It's just listed as a Ninja 400.
So,
So
rather
I'm
than
gonna
we're
count
not
that
going to give
as-
him a strike.
Right.
But we
Okay.
can't
But
count
you
it.
said, after that, you said,
ZX6.
okay, that's number 4.
Up to 5.
ZX10.
Okay. And technically it's a 10R and a 6R. But the ZX10, yes, I'll give you that. That's 5.
H2.
Neal, jump in anytime.
H2.
Ooh, the H2. That is on there, yes.
And there's an
That's six.
H2R.
That is, yes, number 7. Great.
7.
H2SX.
No, there is not
two
an
strikes.
H2XX. That's 2 strikes.
Don't fuck it up, kids.
So KX80,
There.
KX125.
Hold on. KX80 is strike 3. That is not a current model bike. So now it goes to Emma and Bagel. Can you name one and steal the point?
Let's have a think. There are so many that we can. How about the Z900 RS?
That is on there. That is it. Oh, point
All right.
to the team.
1, 2.
Yeah, so
What's the name of the team, Liza?
The fucking wankers. No, the
Tossers.
the current model.
It's even Stevens.
Just so you know, the KX current models, Neal, are the 65, the 85. 112, 250, 250X are 450, 450 SR, and the 450X.
And this is what caught me out with the last time with the game, because they keep changing capacities of these things.
And Bagel,
and not telling us.
you could have jumped in with the Ninja E1 electric.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of bikes. You guys didn't even mention the Versus.
Versus
The Versus is still being made?
Yeah, or the Vulcan that we mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't
was
get
gonna
into
mention
any of
that.
those.
My brother-in-law has a
Yeah.
Vulcan.
Okay. So
Well,
we got
I would have
tie
mentioned
one.
I would have mentioned the H2 and the H2R, but those are already taken.
That was tie 1 and 1. All right.
I'm
So
surprised the
Emma, back to your team.
Yes.
There are currently 38 different models of Yamaha. How many can you name?
Gosh. Let me think. I'm terrible with Yamahas. 5. That's it.
Okay, that's your bid because you'll get a chance to outbid.
I could name one.
All right, hold on. Scottie, how about your team? Do you think you
Team
can do
Silence?
more than 5?
6?
There you
6?
go.
You're going with 6? Okay, 6.
Have at it.
Really? You're not going to try and challenge?
No, I mean, because it's it's modern bikes. I mean, good lord.
Okay. All right. Team Silence, can you start naming bikes?
There's the Tracer,
Hold on. I need the full name, please.
Yamaha Tracer 900,
I need the full name, please.
Just add an R.
900R.
Nope. That is not correct. That is strike one.
Well, there's the... Wait, there's...
Oh, YZF 250, YZF.
Hold on. I need the full name, please.
YZF 250R.
R.
That is strike 2. That is incorrect. Go with the simple ones that you
Yamaha
know.
R7.
There's an R.
Yeah, I will accept R7. It is technically the YZF R7, but I will accept the R7. So that is 1.
Is there
YZF 1000R. That's the R1.
I will accept the R1. Yes. Okay, 2.
what about is Charlie's bike still made?
Oh yeah, the Super Tenere.
Mm-hmm.
The
I will
1200.
accept that. It's Super Tenere ES, but I will accept that. Okay.
Is
So
this smaller one also still made?
what's it called?
Oh, the T7.
T7?
Mm-hmm.
Full name?
Tenere 700?
Correct.
Henry, let the cat in.
All right. That's 4. You said that you would do
6.
We said we do 4. No. 6. What about the is the R3?
The R3, and then there's the MTO3.
Okay, so that is
Oh, and the MTO
5
7?
and MTO3 is 6. That's 6.
That's
And
it.
the
They got 6.
That's
with
it.
2 strikes.
Bagel, what scooters did they miss?
The Yamaha Zuma
And
The Riva?
Vino?
and
The Reno?
X-Max.
oh
So
right,
point,
right.
sound of silence. So it was the Tracer 9 GT, and the GT is in the title. Sorry.
Grande Turismo.
Yes, you guys didn't think of the FJR 1300, which has been around forever.
They're still making those?
Yeah, the MT10, the MT09, the MT07.
We were going to go up the MQs.
Yeah.
The XSRs, you missed those. How about the
XSRs,
old
I love that.
T-Dub 200? How many decades has that been
Oh,
around?
God. Well, it was... do you remember what it used to be called back in the day? Because it wasn't always called the T-Dub.
Tractor wheel.
Big wheel?
No.
That was a different company.
It was called the Trailway.
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 Right.
And what you were missing, the dirt bikes, YZ250X and the YZ125X.
X.
They have those on there.
For
All right.
extreme.
So that means
2-1.
2-1. All right.
Silence is beating the wankers.
All right.
But you
And
like that.
lastly, all right. So we've got, silence, the fucking wankers.
Tossers.
Tossers.
Tulsa.
Okay, this last one is Royal Enfield.
Jesus Christ.
And there are only 8 models.
There are 8?
8.
They've been industrious.
How many can you name? Let's start with you, Sound of Silence. How many models? You can start with a little bit.
2?
2? Okay. Emma, can you name more than 2?
Yes, 3.
3? Ooh, back to you guys. Can you do more than 3, or do you want to challenge them to name those bikes?
Let's go for 4. Do you think we can do 4?
I can pull it out of my ass. We can try.
I mean, we can't lose a point.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go 4.
Okay, it's all you.
Oh, good call on that one. Okay, let's start hearing. There's only 8 models. Let's hear.
There's the Himalaya.
The
Yep,
Himalayan.
1.
The Bullet.
That is a strike. It is not a current model.
Oh.
Isn't it like the Meteor 350 one?
Yeah, and there's a...
Hold on. That is 2. That is correct.
Okay.
I thought that was a straight.
Yeah. There's a bigger Meteor, isn't there?
Interceptor 650, their big parallel twin.
Mm-hmm.
Emma, do we want to give it to them? It is listed as the INT 650.
Yeah, I'll give it to them. Because
Okay.
I want them to win this.
Interceptor. Okay, that's 3. That means you need 1 more.
Well, I don't know if it's in their catalog, but they're supporting an event that I'm going to with this bike soon. I don't know if the FT411 is in their sales catalog.
Wait, that's the new Himalaya, right?
It's the Himalayan flat tracker.
Oh.
I don't... from the look Liza's giving me, it's not in the catalog, so we need to move on.
I didn't look at you.
Wait, did we always say the Bullet 350?
We said it's not a thing.
Oh, yeah.
They did no more bullets.
What was the one
I need
the
a
Common
guess.
Tread, the CTXP dudes rode up the hill recently?
I need a guess.
Wait, wasn't that a Triumph?
Oh, yeah, it was.
I need a guess.
You're running out of time, guys.
Let's
5.
toss it over.
4,
I don't know.
3,
Interceptors 750.
2. Nope, that is strike 2. You still have.
I figure we can at least get the strikes, right?
You have 1 strike left.
Meteor 500?
That is strike 3.
Yeah.
All right, Emma, can you name any model that they did not name?
Hunter 350.
There it is, Hunter 350. Yes, because Mike just got that.
Yeah, Mike got it. And, the funny thing is, Mike, he had this just gorgeous Meteor 350, just color of sunshine. And it was a lovely bike, but he bought the Hunter, which is, very similar engine, very similar chassis with rake and trail different size wheels. And he absolutely loves it. Absolutely loves it. And I believe it is the cheapest 350 on sale in America right now.
So what you missed was the Super Meteor 650.
Oh.
The Scram 411, I went and test rode that.
Right.
The Classic 350.
Yep.
And the Continental GT.
Oh,
GT is the big
shit.
one I was trying to think of.
So that makes it a tie score.
Well, there you are then, you see.
Well, no, because we're going to come back. We're going to do some more emails and have another game, which will be the tiebreaker.
Oh,
I
very
think.
good.
All right.
All right. So, all right, I have an email here. And this one is from David Hardbarger. Herdberger. We'll just go with that.
Nailed it.
David Asperger.
And this is in response
David
to, I like this email because it's in response to what I was talking to last week about how I find myself tensing up when I'm writing.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, at 77 years old, I should be an expert on the subject. I sympathize with Liza regarding her recent issues with feeling uncomfortable on the bike at times. I did a cross-country trip with my son Miles last spring, riding Highway 50 coast to coast with a detour to South Dakota to see Mount Rushmore.
What a rad
I spent
trip.
the winter preparing the bikes, a 2005 and a 2006 650 V-Strom. There you go. And riding very little. I had expected to finish the bike soon enough to get some riding in before we left. But you know how that goes. We started out okay, and the first couple of days were fine, although tiring. But a few days in, I felt like I had no riding experience instead of the 53 years I do have. Like Liza, I was not comfortable leaning the bike, even in slow traffic in town. The feeling persisted throughout the trip and made for a challenging ride. The good news is, I am over it now. After returning home, I took myself back to the beginning and worked on the basics, focusing on technique and spent time thinking about what I was actually doing wrong and doing right. It took some work. Regarding advice to aging motorcyclists, I would stress the following. 1. Ride frequently and focus on your riding skills. 2. Practice. Riding skills deteriorate with lack of use. And 3. Stay physically fit, work on your strength. Love the podcast. Keep up the good work and keep writing.
Yeah, thanks, David.
So
we talked about the physical strength part of it.
oh yeah,
And
I'm not gonna.
I have
Get fit.
some firsthand experience with it. I've dropped my V-Strom twice in the driveway, and both times I couldn't pick it up. My wife had to help me, and it's it was a little bit embarrassing because I've had heavy bikes before. I had a FJ12 that I dropped, and I was able to pick it up with no problem. But I was only 30 something then, so I in general, you do lose physical strength as you get older. And one of my goals this year is to start going to the gym and building some of that strength up with, and they recommend lots of reps with lighter weights for older people to keep the loss of muscle mass at bay.
Or ask for help. So that's my policy. So I have
both.
I have no use of my knees, but I have a good back. And I don't want to mess that up. So even when I've dropped like a KLR in a parking lot, I just sit there and wait for somebody to come along. And even though I could probably pick it up, why try when I can just ask somebody for help? It's not like I'm in an emergency situation. So yeah, I just ask for help. But I thought that was a helpful email.
This is a
to
thing
practice.
This is a thing I have in the back of my mind and thinking about adventure riding, or what you could get away with without having a suitable bash guard to protect that vulnerable oil filter and pipe. And if I drop the bike out in the middle of nowhere, I don't know, I think adrenaline might be enough to get the bike back up if I had no other choice, but I would probably hurt myself in the process.
That's why whenever I would go riding off-road on the Africa Twin, I always made sure there were at least 2 people riding with me. And then I would let them pick it up. And that happened multiple times.
Yeah. It's happened to me a few times out riding by myself with the XR 650L all loaded up with camping gear and stuff. Mm-hmm. Maybe once I can pick it up with adrenaline, but if I do it with adrenaline, then I have the worst mechanics and the worst technique possible, and it really hurts and everything gets tweaked. And if I do it a whole bunch of times, then I'm exhausted. And again, I have terrible mechanics and everything's hard to do. Having friends around is the solution.
There you go. All right, Henry, you got one there?
Yes, I have an email titled Motorcycles. Hi, Misfits, long-time listener, first-time emailer. I have recently received a 1974 Honda MR50 Elsinore, which has had a rough time trying to find a carburetor rebuild kit or even the gaskets. I work at a Honda dealership and have access to OEM and aftermarket parts, but everything is discontinued for this bike. What do you guys think my next option is? And are aftermarket carbs worth it? If so, what brand should I go for?
So you got
we have an eBay carb in the garage right now.
Yeah,
this is from Robert Brown.
Hello, Robert Brown. So you got a couple of options, Robert. eBay carburetors are a mixed bag. And it's
hold on. When we're referring to eBay, are we referring to used or Chinese?
both.
Okay, we want to be clear on that.
When you're buying a used part, you become very vulnerable to the condition of the part, and people's descriptions vary. Bear in mind that a good cop-out for an eBay seller is to say the pictures are the condition. You can't really evaluate it from a condition. If somebody says it is in excellent or as new condition, that is a legal document. So if you buy the part and it actually in the description says it is in excellent condition and it is not, you have some recourse.
I have a question. What bike was this on again?
Honda Elsinore 50 from 1974.
What kind of carbs would that have?
It'll have a little cayenne on it.
Didn't we just learn from John that you can send your carbs in and have them refurbished from Cayenne?
2 cayenne. Also, as far as parts go, there are a couple of options for older Hondas. So, David Silver spares, and it's spelt exactly like the metal. SILVER, David Silver spares. They're based in England and America. Very easy to use websites, all genuine parts unless they state otherwise, and all vintage parts. The second option is CSMNL, which is Consolidated Spares Motor Netherlands. Based in Holland, he's got everything. If he hasn't got it, you can't get it. Little ambitious with the prices, but if he's the only game in town, you really can't blame him.
And why not send it in to get rebuilt? I mean,
with the carb,
absolutely. That's just the carburetor, but there are other issues here with gaskets and parts.
Right.
With the gaskets and parts, though, I've had great success just making my own. You can buy rolls of gasket material.
Well, that covers the gaskets, but the parts,
like jets and stuff like
that.
Right.
And I think he's talking about beyond just carburetor parts. I mean, parts for the bike.
Who was the guy 3D printing old bike parts?
Yeah, so that was at Vintage Days.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he needed to have one to scan to create the info, and he's building his database.
Right. So
maybe,
did he
do like a laser cut pattern from the part that you give him? Is that how that works?
No, he 3D prints it.
A gasket?
Well, you can 3D print anything on any material.
Metal, rubber, plastic, all the things.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. But he needs to build up that database right now of the parts.
So perhaps something to look at, and maybe even if he has a broken part, you can scan that.
I'm going to throw out one other suggestion. Vintage bike meetups. Vintage bike shows. There's all your resources right there. Find out if there are any vintage bike shows or meets anywhere near you. Go there and start introducing yourself to people.
Absolutely.
Amazing resources.
Yeah. One thing I've done with gaskets before when I just didn't have it on hand is
gasket sealer.
You can do that. But if you have the right thickness gasket material, you press the part into it. So, for example, if you have like the lower float bowl cover, you would press that into it, rub your finger around the edge, then it leaves an indent.
It helps to have a greasy, dirty finger.
That's right. And then you can snip away with a small scissor or X-Acto knife or your preferred method of cutting yourself and make yourself a gasket.
Yeah, that's exactly my thought.
Certainly for English bikes, the finest gasket material is always the cornflake box.
There you go.
Always. Because it's waxed cardboard, and it's just the right thickness to support itself without being too thick. Cornflakes box.
All right. Scottie, do you have an email there to read?
We've got a couple here.
I don't know if we're even going to get through all of these because I still have their tiebreaker game.
Yeah, do we want tech support or...
Pick one.
Okay.
Yeah, just pick one.
This is from Rich.
Hey, Rich.
Hey, guys.
I always wonder if a guy called Rich has a friend called Paul.
Was listening to the last episode and think I can help with the frustration with the Rabaconda tire machine. Yeah. I've used one for the last 2 years. I have changed tires on KLRs, Ninja 400s, FJRs, and Big Harleys. Rabaconda offer for sale a smaller spindle as well as attachments for one-sided swing arms.
Thank you. I did buy the small spindle.
Changed my life.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rich.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, we all kind of agreed that the first wheel that I tried that on happened to be a narrow 21-inch small
Right.
spin. I mean, it had
And they
all
are
the things.
tricky.
All the things. So I'll revisit that.
And here's an interesting thing. Even with my hydraulic pneumatic tire machine at work, the narrow 21s, I still get on the floor and do them by hand.
Yeah, I know. You can do that. I can't.
But, a machine can't... There are limitations even with any machine.
I will say, though, that Rabaconda, it did get that tire on.
Yes.
It did. So, we're coming back to that. Okay. We're now ready for the tiebreaker game.
Okay.
Okay, we're keeping the teams, except this is going to be a little bit different because we're going to go back and forth, and each team member will
Bagel.
take a turn.
If you mess this up, Bagel, I am going to set fire to your genitalia.
Okay, so what I found
But he's
was this-
ginger. It's already on
ginger,
fire.
Yeah, it's done.
and this is going to get a little complicated. Okay,
Carpet drapes.
so bear with me here. What I found on hotcars.com,
Are you sure it wasn't Christian Mingle?
hotcars.com,
A trusted news source.
they ranked all the motorcycle brands top 15 by global sales.
Oh, okay.
Sales volume.
Sales volume. Now,
Okay.
this was published. Oh, this came out yesterday. So this is a
Hot off the presses.
hot off the presses. Now, they said the criteria was reliability ratings from Consumer Report and sales data from motorcycles data, and just there were all different.
Right.
They
Like
compiled
they added the sales volume plus all these other metrics.
all these other metrics.
Okay.
So they've created the top 15 motorcycle brands globally. And here's what I do. They're 1 through 15. So we're going to take turns going back and forth team to team. You are going to get, if you name the number 1, you get 15 points. If you name the number 2, you get 14 points. If you name the 15th, you get 1 point.
Okay.
If you name something that's not on the list, you lose your turn and it goes to the other team. Make sense?
Yep.
So we're going to go Emma, Scottie, Bagel, Henry, Emma, Neal. Got it? We'll keep going like that?
Right.
Okay. So Emma, name one of the top 15 sales brands in the world.
Honda.
Number 1 with over 16 million models. And I'm going to put a W for
And
the
the thing that's clever
No.
with Honda is they manufacture in so many different countries.
T. T for the tossers. Okay. All right. Scottie.
Yamaha.
Number 2, over 4 million. And you are the S's. Okay. Now Bagel.
Suzuki.
Number 3. All right. The tossers. All right. Henry.
Kawasaki?
Number 5.
Ooh.
All right. Now that goes to Emma.
No, I think
Nope. Goes to
Back
Emma.
to you, Emma.
Or to next, yeah.
let me think.
Oh, just so you know, so Suzuki won around 2 million and Kawasaki only 500 to 600,000 units.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
all right.
But there's so many different metrics because, the Indian manufacturers, Royal Enfield, make a ton of bikes for the home market. But reliability, they're not going to do very well. I'm gonna stick my neck out because I've included so many metrics in this. Hot Rod Magazine, they've got
Hotcars.com.
They've got to have found a way of including Harley Davidson in here somewhere.
That is number 8.
There you go.
All right, number 8 goes to the tossers. Now it goes to Neal.
KTM.
KTM, number 6, 270,000 to 290. Harley, only 170 to 180,000.
There you go.
So KTM, more. All right, now it goes to Bagel.
UJ, Quanjin.
It's not listed as that because that is kind of a parent company, but I will give you an opportunity to name the brand that's on the bike.
Oh God, which brand?
Well, there you go. Which brand? Come on, Bagel. You better start stocking up on ice in the refrigerator, mate.
I'm gonna say.
I don't. Kimco's not going to be the biggest one of that lot.
Well, Kimco's not part of QJ, is it?
No, actually.
It's a Taiwan
No.
brand.
I need an answer, Bagel.
Okay. I'll go with SWM.
It is not on there.
Oh, damn it.
All right, so Scottie.
I think I'm going to go with Royal Enfield.
Number 4 with 920,000 units.
Wow.
Good job, Royal Enfield.
Nice. Okay, so Emma.
Yeah, well, now we're getting into the obscure stuff.
No, obscure is SWM.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that really is obscure. Who's selling lots
Apparently.
of bikes? Who's selling lots of bikes? I think BMW is probably going to be selling quite a few bikes.
Quite good quality.
Yeah.
Number 7 with 200,000
There you go.
units. All right. So is that
Yep.
Henry?
Triumph.
Number 10 with 90,000. It's amazing how you go from Honda 16 million to Triumph 90,000.
Well, and that's kind of how it is. You've got
I know.
the Japanese manufacturers at the top, and I mean, they're by the grace of God,
Well, even
Kawasaki's number
comparing
5.
Royal Enfield 920,000 units to Triumph 90,000.
Right.
Right.
Right? All right, so that's to Bagel.
I'm going to go with Hero.
That is a parent company. It's not. I know. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to take it back. It's not on the list. Even though Hero sponsored a bike in the Dakar, Hero is not on the list because it is really a parent company. So I'm going to say miss. So Neal.
I think Ducati.
Yep.
Ducati number 12, 60 to 70,000 units. Ooh. All
60
right.
to 70.
Isn't that wild?
All right, Emma, we still have number 9, 11, 13, 14, and 15.
Oh, God. KTM's gone. Ducati's gone. BMW's gone. Royal Enfield's gone.
I need an answer, please.
No, I know you need an answer. Doesn't mean you'll get
This
one.
is why. This is why your team is called the fucking Tosses.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm going to string this out as long as I can. I'm going to look around the wall for some inspiration.
And I'm going to give you a
There's some
countdown.
good inspiration around here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No, ran out of time. Tra-la-la.
Okay, so now it goes to Scottie. Is that right?
I think so. I'm a little split on this. I kind of want to say Piaggio.
That is a miss. All right.
It's their brands, though.
Vespa,
Yeah, that is now to Bagel.
I'm going to go with Vespa.
That is also a miss.
Oh, damn it.
They are not on here.
Just not on there. Okay.
I'm curious about how many units they sell, which means it is now Henry.
Shit.
Again, number 9, 11, 13, 14, and 15.
Triumph is number 10.
Triumph is
Triumph
number
is
10.
10.
What brand bike did you show up on?
And I will give you the slight hint that I can see, I think, all of these brands represented in this room. Some of you are sitting very close to some of these brands, too. That's what's so great. All right, Henry, I need an answer from you.
I'm extremely doubtful, but fuck it. Moto Guzzi.
Number 14,
Nicely done.
6,000 units.
Jesus, that's it.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good thing you bought one.
Which goes to Emma. You're at the point. Just start naming brands.
Well, I'm completely drawing a
Name a brand. Any brand.
Aprilia.
That is a good guess. That is not on it. So
There you
now
go.
it goes to Neal.
Indian.
Number 13 with 35,000 units. Now it goes to Bagel.
Damn it! I was going to say Indian too.
Yeah, we still have 9, 11, and 15.
All right. Ducati was. Somebody
already
said
said.
Yeah,
Ducati
already said.
Okay. Shit. Said.
And I will give you one more clue. One of these bikes, in fact, number 11 on the list, was mentioned in a conversation tonight on the show. All right. So, Bagel, name a brand, any brand. Go for it.
Okay. Moto Guzzi was already picked, right?
Correct.
Yep, that was
Okay.
number 14. Three. Two.
Sim.
Good guess. Not on here.
What?
Nope. So now
They've sold more than 6,000 units in a year. You got to be kidding me.
All right, Scottie. Not according to hotcars.com, Bagel.
Well, fuck hot cars.
You can email them if you have
My
questions.
word. Okay.
Oh my God.
It's on the internet, so it must be true.
Clearly.
A brand that, and I want to say Husqvarna because it's all I can think of that you mentioned, and I have one that
It's
I
a
like.
brand, and we know.
And
who
you
the
said
pa-
KTM though, and I can't
got
figure out if that already counts.
No, it's brands.
Yeah,
not
okay.
parent companies.
Husqvarna.
Number 11. Yes, 70,000 Husqvarnas.
They have
Ooh,
70,000.
70,000.
Good job, Husky.
Does that go? Now I'm confused.
Yeah, no, I think it's me.
You am.
I can't remember if I put in Kimco.
Good
Bagel.
guess. Not on here.
There you go.
All right. So then, Henry,
Ah, fuck.
number 9 and number 15.
Number 9 and 15.
And
Oh.
I'm going to give you a countdown.
Have we said this brand? yet?
3,
They wouldn't be
2,
on there.
1.
MV Agusta.
No,
Number 15.
Ooh.
Ooh, that was for 1 point with 3,000 units. So, Bagel,
Benelli.
number 9.
There you go.
Yes, Scottie held the Benelli model up, and Henry said, wouldn't be on it.
there.
And I've been staring at that model behind you. Number 9,
They make a
150,000
lot of bikes around
units.
the world.
Well, I think
So-
that is down
But aren't
to
they owned by like SWM?
it's the Chinese parentage.
Yes,
Well, it's
This is the
Quentin,
brand.
right?
Now I got to see who won.
I bought you that model, Liza.
I know. All right, we got to see who
It's a
won.
big, lovely
All
green.
right,
that's
somebody get a calculator out. We're going to time to add.
Neal, you're
Where's
on it.
my calculator? Okay. I'm going to do, let's see. For team tossers, you got 15 plus 13 plus 9 plus
Should I read?
8 plus, that's it, equals
45.
invalid format. Okay, so 45. Good, you got that. Okay,
Invalid
I did
format
plus,
is-
plus,
should be the
plus,
name
and it
of
went, nope.
It's a good team name.
Okay, now.
It's a good
All right,
band
now
name.
time to add up
silent
for
but deadly.
silent. Are you ready? 14 plus 12 plus 11
Hang on.
plus 10
12
Oh, it's-
plus 11.
plus 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4.
Go back to 14 plus 12 plus 11. I screwed up here.
Okay, hold on. 14 plus 12 plus 11 plus 10 plus 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. I think we have a winner.
75, folks.
It's
That's the
clear.
count.
Quietly.
Sound of science. Good job, everyone. Isn't that interesting? Benelli. We don't really think, and you got it too with the Royal Enfield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That they make a lot.
They make a bunch of bikes. Well, the Indian home market is a huge market, and I immediately discounted it because it seemed it was just based on numbers and not quality of bikes, and they seem to have a number of factors that led to it, but it just distilled down to units sold.
And the other thing's interesting, I believe Hero Motocorp makes more bikes than anybody, but not under the Hero name.
Right.
But yet they were sponsoring, they have bikes in the Dakar, so maybe we're starting to see the Hero name, which makes sense. And yeah, QJ, they are starting to put things under QJ, but that's the parent company of Benelli and so many.
Also, to be fair to Bagel, this is just motorcycles. Like, scooters weren't included. Like, I guarantee you, Piaggio sells way more Vespas than they do Moto Guzzi's.
Take it up at hotcars.com.
Thanks, hotcars.com.
All right. Emma, do you have another email there to read?
Hotscooters.com.
Gixxer 750 is a perfect starter bike.
And then Bagel, you're on deck because you have quite a long email.
Right, so let's have a look. I've got quite a lot.
Pick the best one. We have time for this.
Oh, yeah, okay, here we go. I'm Randy in Wisconsin.
How are you now?
Hello, Misfits.
you are.
Yes, it's Randy in Wisconsin again. I first want to thank Emma Darling for explaining what the name Randy means in England and other Commonwealth nations, that being horny. I would like to add that it is only my name, Randy, but it not only my name, but often my inclination. Good lad.
Get it, Randy.
Good lad. Go for it. I was originally writing in response to a past episode asking, what would your next motorcycle be?
Yeah.
I had replied the Yamaha T-Max 560 Maxi scooter, which is available around the world, but not in the US. But of available bikes in the US, I would have to go with one of the Triumph T120 Bonnevilles, all those lovely bikes. I love the look, styling, and performance of this particular motorcycle. I've ridden it and feel it would be a perfect good all-rounder for me and a nice addition to my current steeds, being a 2015 Triumph Trophy SE, which is a giant thing, and a 2021 Royal Enfield 650 Acceptor. You had also asked what indigenous dish would be where I live. I would have to say it's booyah. That's how it's spelled. It's like a large cauldron of meats and several vegetables.
Emma, you did not say that right.
Booyah.
Booyah!
Okay. Booyah. So it is a large cauldron of meats and several vegetables simmered vegetables simmered for a long time. It's usually served at large family reunions and public events. Well, I must sign off now, as I feel the inclination may be coming on again. Nothing on TV. Have wank, Randy. Randy in Wisconsin. P.S. I'm the Randy that bought you Peter Gibbons and the Crazy Canadian Story of the Teenager in '66. The road is then new Yamaha twin jet from Quebec to Huntington Beach, California.
I love that story.
Nice.
Yes.
Thanks, Randy.
Peter Gibbons we had on the show, and he was really quite bewildered by this whole thing. As a 70-year-old, it's like we want to talk to him about his exploits back in the 60s.
I know.
But he was great.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you for that, Randy. All right, Bagel, you have your email there?
I do. I have an email from Simon Redding.
Hey, Simon.
Struth, where's Simon from?
Subject is true nor.
What?
It writes, hi. Right, you pack of misfit bastards. We've had enough of you taking the piss out of us Aussies. Yeah, suck of the bloody sauce bottle.
Can I just say, I want to be in a room with Randy and Simon.
That sounds like a party.
I know, right?
Meanwhile,
so I live in the island state of Australia, sunny Tasmania.
Ooh.
Our claim to fame, Cadbury.
Cadbury.
When interviewed about the best bike roads in the world, Charlie Ballman, the understudy of Ewan McGregor, declared the best he'd ever ridden were on the west coast of Tasmania. To be fair, we do have some crackers, and Ostbikers often holiday in Tas due to our roads. Think of Tail of the Dragon Road, but 100 miles long, with no one on it.
Nice.
Anyway, long-time listener, first-time emailer. I'm wrong side of 50 now. I've owned my own bike shop, raced B-grade road, crap grade dirt, become an accredited rider trainer, etc. Bikes have been my life since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. I love listening to the podcast.
You're not going to after this.
And Emma's Mac knowledge is a joy to listen to.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Now, hang on there a minute. There is now a catch cry at work. LOL.
Now, hang on a minute there. Yeah, we hear that all the time.
I just finished listening to the podcast, Biker Identity Crisis, and wanted to offer some potential insight. As you get older, you change. Your psyche, your body, your joints, etc.
Your
all
accent.
slowly change. But you don't forget how to ride. So what's the hurdle to jamming the bike up inside of your friend and throwing it onto your knee? Well, you are changing, but what isn't? The bike.
Mm-hmm.
I've owned a Z14 now, and I've been getting those same I can't lean the bike over, it'll crash feelings that make zero sense. I too thought my time to hang up the lid was approaching. I know I need a couple surgeries and a couple joints replaced. But I didn't have this issue riding this bike 18 months ago. Why now? After hearing of my imminent surgeries, I started to pay much more attention to how I was feeling on the bike. Closer scrutiny found that, although not a conscious effort, I was holding several muscles taut.
Interesting.
And I was simply uncomfortable on the bike. But as it was a gradual process, I was not acknowledging it. Age had slowly changed my riding posture, and ultimately I didn't fit the bike anymore. So, before throwing it all away, I set about lowering pegs and foot controls, added bar risers, and adding 2 inches to seat foam. Oh my God, what a difference. The fact I was now a lot more comfortable meant I was now more focused on actually riding. I changed my riding position to suit my ailments, and now I'm back to flat out like a lizard drinking again.
All right, let me pause you there. So this is interesting what he's saying here. The bike that he's been riding felt foreign to him.
Right.
Do you remember when we were out riding the SMT, which I've always said is my forever bike because it fits me like a glove.
Right.
But the brake feels soft than I remember, and the shifter felt higher than I remember. So already the geometry feels different on that bike.
So you're carrying yourself differently.
Possibly, which is interesting.
You had a few more degrees of head tube angle due to your flat rear tire.
Yeah.
That too.
All right, go ahead and continue.
It takes some concentration to evaluate your riding position and how it's changed over the years. I'm not talking about the my back hurts, so I'm not riding today type of thing. I'm talking about scrutiny of every joint and muscle. Does it feel the same as it did 3 years ago? Would changing angle of controls fix that wrist ache, even though it feels weird to start with? What do you think? Just some food for thought.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of food, these bastards that carry their groceries home in the old milk crate strapped to the back of DRs and KLRs, well, they can all go get a big black one up them.
What?
I'm not.
Hold on.
I mean,
I love milk crates on KLRs. It's one of my favorite things.
strap a milk crate on my XR. It works great.
Okay, all right. I don't know what get a big black one up on means.
I think we can
Oh,
guess it would
Oh,
make Randy.
yeah, okay.
party.
Yeah,
All
call,
right.
call Randy.
Big black boot, maybe?
Oh, all right, you guys pay attention because this story is about to get very good.
Following a dudette home one day, she failed to negotiate a corner in front of me and went down pretty slow, but bad enough regardless. I immediately stopped to help, and in 20 minutes we had her back on the road. Groceries seemed okay, all okay. Foot controls were good, but because she had damaged the lever throttle, I said I'd follow her home to make sure she was okay. Home was about 10 kilometers away. That's kilometers, you illiterate bastard.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Not freedom units.
Yeah.
I'm behind this milk crated bike, and I see a small amount of smoke start streaming off the tire or out of the milk crate. I lick my lips. Flour. Oh, crap. So I reposition the black turning white bike and move away from the smoke stream. An old girl conjures up her best Toby Price impersonation as she thinks I'm going to overtake. So she starts giving it the beans. It's a big bump in the road. And next thing I know, an unknown number of eggs, flour, apples, and fuck knows what else pepper my lid. I'm now a mobile cake mix and can't see shit. I scramble some vision back and pull over to wipe my visor and swear. But as soon as I stop, I see Dudette 50 meters up the road on her side again. I quickly start limping up to her, thinking the worst as I hear her screaming. But as I get closer, it becomes apparent she wasn't screaming in agony. She was laughing hysterically at me. She said if she could ride through an oven, I'd come out. She said if I could ride through an oven, I'd come out as a muffin. Guess where the next bloody egg went?
Or a Dutch bunny.
These are the adventures you just don't get in a car.
True.
Keep the rubber side down and cheers from the real Northern Hemisphere. Sign. P.S. You want some adventure, Liza? Coin it. And let the universe guide you.
Coin it. Did you hear
Right.
this?
Right until you come to an intersection, grab a coin and flip it.
Flip it.
Heads, you're going left. Tails, you're going right. Do this 50 times and see where you end up. Stay safe.
I know where you end up on somebody's farm.
Potentially.
This is weird.
With a shotgun
backyard.
pointed at your face.
Okay.
No.
I am now a mobile cake mix, and if I went through an oven, I'd be a muffin.
Yes.
Some of my favorite quotes from an email.
Absolutely.
That was
Live to
great.
He's the
Ride to
muffin
bake.
man.
The Muffin Man. Thank you so much, Simon, for that. Wow. Wow. And also, thank you to everyone for sending in emails. We did not even get through them all. If you have an unread email, go ahead and put them on that chair over there. We'll make sure we get to them next week. Thank you, everyone, for sending them in. Keep them coming. I love these stories.
Oh, yeah, emails are great.
But I tell you, I also love hearing people going through what, like I'm going through too, or similar experiences and giving advice. And it just reminds us it doesn't matter where in the world you are. There's misfits everywhere. We are everywhere.
No, absolutely. And
It's worldwide.
I think that what makes us, I'm not suggesting we're unique, but what makes our approach different is we consider these things that are a little bit, hard to talk about, and talk about them candidly and openly, like getting old, and being randy all the time. I mean, this is a real affliction.
So, Neal, this is your first time sitting in on the show. What'd you think?
I'm having a good time. I'd love to do it again if you would have me.
Yeah. Come on down anytime. We've got some things going on. Emma, you wanted to plug?
Yeah, so we're doing, this year we are doing 3 tours. We're actually doing 3. We're doing Dolomites Training Tour, which of course everyone knows about now, Castles and Curves, which is a lovely tour. And we are including, where the hell are we going? Where are we going, Liza?
On your trip?
Yes.
I mean, besides the Dolomites?
Yes. We're going to...
the Italy, right?
yes. We are...
Castles and Curves?
No, and... It's where the wine comes from. Tuscany. There you are.
Oh, right.
So
yes.
Now look here. The thing is with Tuscany, we're using a different rental company. We're using BTS. We're not using BTS. And we have this huge selection of bikes. So we're not just restricted to BMWs. And Moto Guzzi's are on the list as well. And
Are the Vespas on the list?
Yes.
Yes, there are.
Yes,
ones.
there are Vespas on the list.
In fact, Kat wants to hear from listeners who'd be interested in coming what kind of bike they would want to ride.
Right.
Because you got Ducatis and BMWs, kind of high end, really cool bikes. But I'm going to go do Peru on a Royal Enfield, which I think would be really cool.
Absolutely. So they've got
a scooter.
Africa Twins. They've got a bunch of Hondas. The Guzzi's always, the idea of riding Tuscany
Moto
on a
Guzzi's
Guzzi
in Italy could be pretty cool.
It'd be pretty cool.
That has me really tempted.
Yeah, right? We were looking at some of the models.
Well, you can V85 TT, Stelvio, of course.
And you got to see what's available in Italy. They may have stuff available there that's not available
Norhe
here.
you can get, and the V1000 you can get, the new V1000.
Yeah.
One of those 6,000 bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and I have travelled with Henry before, and I can reveal that Henry is a very, very good travel companion. I never told you this. It was very, very touching that when we flew out to Germany, this is on the first Dolomites training tour, we sat together, and we couldn't do that on the way back. And on the way back, we had to sit in separate places on the plane, and the plane was absolutely
stacked,
packed. It was packed. There wasn't a seat in it, and it was a giant Airbus. I think it was a 380. It was huge. And I'm sitting there, and I've got a stranger on my left and a stranger on my right. I'm sitting in the middle seat, which I'm never happy about. And about 45 minutes into the flight, Henry just comes back and he says, "Are you okay, Emma?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks for checking on me." It was the sweetest thing.
That's nice of you.
Yeah.
I put the link in our show notes to the Layout Escapes trips.
Yes, always.
Trips.
So if you want to go riding with us on either the Tuscany trip or Castles and Curves or the Dolomites, go to Layout Escapes. Everything's listed there under the Misfit trips. You're going to see some very expensive trips. Do not let that put you off. I mean, if you can afford them, that's great. But our trips, they're great bang for the buck. If you can afford, there is a cat
shredding paper.
Let's paper in the middle. If you can afford a used bike, you can ride in Europe with me and Kat. And that's what our trips will always be. For the cost of a used bike, you can have a great vacation, maybe the best one of your life.
There you go. And upcoming next weekend, if anyone is local and you're listening, come on down Saturday night, 7 p.m. to the Recycle Garage.
And see our junk.
The Naked Ride.
Yep.
Exactly. Henry, you didn't volunteer, but I think you're running it now, right?
I'm basically being voluntold now at this point.
Voluntold.
Yeah, the vampires will be hosting the Naked Ride next week with the help of the Recycle Garage. So.
Exactly. So yeah, Neal, we couldn't talk you into it, right? Bring your wife. Tell her that's the plan. See how that flies.
We'll see if it sticks to the wall.
From what I understand,
Probably
it's
not,
very
though.
nice
We're
to
probably
have
gonna go skiing.
Another passenger behind
there
you
you
during
go.
the Naked Ride.
There you go.
There's
And
warmth. There's that.
also, you'll find the other links in the show notes to Vintage Rides.
Yes.
And also to our rally coming
Yes.
up in April.
Oh, God, that's going to be so
Are you
much
coming to the
fun.
rally, Henry?
You'd better.
I'll see if I can.
We're
make time.
volunteering you.
Yeah. Please.
If you don't come to the rally, Henry, I shall be crushed.
All right, I'll make time for it.
There you are. You see how easy that was?
There you go. And this is also the time I get to thank everybody. And I really try to mean this. I appreciate our Patreon subscribers who give us money. I bought some new tools to add to the shop recently. I appreciate all the listeners, the people who send us emails, the people who donate their gear that allow us to give stuff out, the people who come and hang out at the garage, like Neal, who never said, "Hey, I'm here to help," but suddenly just got thrown into, "Hey, go!" I just pointed, "Help him!"
Right.
And it's like this kind of, it's a
As
community.
one does.
Everybody here pitches in, and I appreciate everybody's
Well,
part in our community. big and
It's
small.
like life itself. The more you contribute, the more one gets out of it.
Yeah.
And the same is with us at the Recycle Garage.
So yeah, I give my thanks because I appreciate everybody who pitches in whatever way that they can. So thank you everybody for sticking with us. Neal, we're gonna wrap it up and get out of here. Do you know what to say at the end? Have you ever listened to the end of the show? Have you made it to the end?
I have made it to the end, but I have a mind like a sieve.
Well,
Okay, just say your name when Liza points to
Okay,
you.
it's
All right,
really easy.
got that.
Go to motorcyclesandmisfits.com where I did update our list of all of our events and our trips this year. You'll find the links there. And, yeah, Emma, okay. All right. Go to motorcyclesandmisfits.com and you can email us at motorcyclesandmisfits@gmail.com.
Gmail.
Thanks, everyone. Let's get out of here. This is Liza.
Henry.
Neal.
Give me the beans, darling.
Scottie.
Bagel.
And we are out of here.
Cool.